Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So go so the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us in your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. Ain't nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within it took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. He was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so tough. I felt this sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes are killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from the planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger. We look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty. I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
So the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I get on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money, you seen her? Hot Ice, have you seen her? LP, have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look,
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace of her presents and gifts, call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and cut her. I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl. Psych.
Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing
touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola, but I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
What is going on? Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Let me just make sure my audios, things like that are working. Everything sounds too in here, but I promise I'll be right on speed in a second. How na day? Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified whenever we go live. We have a quick conversation that we should have. How are you guys doing? You guys are doing well, right? All right, welcome back. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. We're gonna talk about this guy, DELE FAROTIMI, and the 95-year-old Nigerian lawyer, SAN lawyer, Afe Babalola. We're gonna talk about that. And today is going to be somewhat of a short masterclass. There's a little lesson here, and you can see in the title already, what you focus on expands. Okay, the news broke out, I think, over the last 24 to 48 hours that DELE FAROTIMI was arrested, right? And at the time, we actually reported it on the sister channel, Sharp Edge News TV. At the time, I think Showore carried the news that it was that Tony Elumelu was behind it. Okay, we're going to retract that next week when we do that show. But come to find out later on that it was actually Afe Babalola and some people around him that were behind it. Now, who is DELE FAROTIMI? Who is Afe Babalola? That's what we're going to talk about. Anyway, he released a book, and inside of the book, there were some things that they claimed to be defamation against Afe Babalola. And in the last 24 hours, the said book has blown up everywhere and is now best-selling book everywhere. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Welcome to you. Good to see you. All right, we're going to talk about that. There's some quick lessons that I want us to extract from it, but I want you to listen to this video, and then we'll take you from there. Okay, this is if you don't know who DELE FAROTIMI is this guy right here. Listen.
And in corrupting the judiciary, it came across my practice. I'm saying that Afe Babalola corrupted the judiciary, and in corrupting the judiciary, it came across my practice. When I came across it, I challenged it as a lawyer, and I fought it to the point where he could not enjoy the fruit of his exertion in the Supreme Court.
Wow.
In writing the letter that he wrote to the then Chief Justice of Lagos State, Ayomide Philip, he libeled me, and I sued him for libel.
Oh, wow.
And when I sued for libel, the machines of corruption went into overdrive, and a case that should never have been killed at the preliminary stage was killed. If Afe Babalola was the only person who is licensed to enjoy that level of impunity, that's different. It's not about him. It's a system-wide problem.
It's a system.
You simply can't get justice from the system. I'm saying that.
All right. So they're saying this is the video that created problems to pressure to. So now Afe Babalola cannot take it. He's 95 years old today. I mean, not exactly today, but at this point, he's 95 years old. But apparently, he can't handle the pressure. All right, so now, what do I want us to get out of this? Before we get into all of that, I want us to, first of all, get up to speed with what the heck are we talking about first. Chinye says, I bought his book today. So you bought DELE FAROTIMI's book today. That's interesting. I probably should buy the book too, so I can know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna quote some of the excerpts that became problem because the book is out there and it's blowing up everywhere. They said it was sold out in Nigeria, and it was on the top. It was charting. It was on the top of the charts on Amazon around the world. So that's interesting. That is interesting. But I want to get up to speed with you guys to see what we're talking about today. So on Punch Nigeria, you can see this report here. That was today. How DELE FAROTIMI defamed me, Afe Babalola. This is Afe Babalola. If you don't know who we're talking about, it's this guy right here. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button as you're coming in. If you're just coming in, hit the like button. As a matter of fact, before I continue, I want to make sure I do this. So make sure I put the poll together first. All right. So this elderly man, many people might even consider him a statesman, is from Ekiti. I'm just learning enough about him too. I've heard that name forever, but I never really paid attention to to who that person was. If you ask me, I probably would even say that's the name of a statesman who has passed away, but I was wrong before I was even wrong. But you know what? I believe some few months ago, I believe if I'm correct, I think Daddy Freeze interviewed him. I think Daddy Freeze might have interviewed him some few months ago. I think at the time he said his mother introduced him to him being vice chancellor's university, because Afe Babalola, like I said, is a SAN lawyer. He's a senior advocate of Nigeria who is also the founder of Afe Babalola University, a very popular university in Nigeria now. So there's no doubt that these people have actually eaten their own fair share of the national cake. Chinye says, I heard they are telling to remove the hard copies of the shelves. Yes, they are being told to remove in Nigeria, to remove the hard copies of the shelf. So they're probably intimidating people to remove the hard copies of the shelf. But one of the things that a lot of people don't really realize that it's a new day, especially older folks who are used to tyranny, very dictatorship ways of living and just conduct. They're used to that, and it's very subconscious. Society at large, they're used to having their way. You might say, but the poor masses, no, the poor is also doing it to people under them. The gate man, I've always given the example here. The gate man is also doing it to the junior gate man, or the senior house girl is doing it to the house girl be behind them, or below them. So it's a national practice. It's a Nigerian, I better pass my neighbor type of, when I get there, even though somebody oppressed me before, it's my turn. You see it in high schools and secondary schools back in the days. When you were a junior, you were punished, you were oppressed by a senior. When you became a senior, you did the same thing. So, but yeah, I just wanted to post, make sure that our polls are out there first before we continue. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Thank you. All right. So now, this is the report. I'm going to read this report on Punch Nigeria. It says, renowned senior advocate of Nigeria and founder of Afe Babalola University, Are. When they are calling people Are, that means beyond chief, beyond Otumba. That's Are. Are means president. But when they actually name people president and they are using it in Yoruba that way, that's a highly respected person. Are Afe Babalola has alleged that lawyer and activist DELE Farotimi defamed him in a book published recently. Recall, because I have not seen that anywhere today. Recall that DELE Farotimi just said that he actually filed a libel lawsuit against him first, right? Which he has the right to do so, right? Now, the question that's really coming to play in all of this is that should it be criminal or should it be civil lawsuits, right? We're going to get to that. Anyway, according to a report on Punch Nigeria, said the accusation stems from a Supreme Court judgment involving a land dispute that spanned over 2 decades. That's 20 years, over 20 years. In a petition dated November 19, an address to the Ekiti State Commissioner of Police, Adeniran Akinwale. Babalola detailed how his law firm discovered Farotimi's book, Nigeria and its criminal justice system and the defamatory content therein. And I quote, "I write to report the criminal defamation of myself." Okay, so you see how they call it criminal defamation of myself. That part is what gives the state the quote-unquote excuse to pick people up, arrest people, so that they can start an investigation, and then they can get a bail. If it's not too much of a heavy crime, they can file, they can post bail, and then they have to attend to the case, right? So criminal defamation. Please help me here if you do watch this later on. If I say anything, I'm thinking D, Marriott, and Misty. If I say anything, because I've never been to 1 minute of law school. Okay, so I'm just going to use just my own little wisdom here, okay, as we go along, and I will try to stay away from anything too legal. Anyway, so criminal defamation of myself. My law firm, Afe Babalola and Co., and my lawyers in person of Olu Daramola SAN and Ola Faro by one DELE Farotimi in his book titled Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. So let's have it. Let's see where that book is right now. That's the title of the book right now. Let's help him promote it. What you focus on expands, okay? As soon as I dropped it right here, it posted up here. It has only 12 reviews so far. I'll be interested to see how much review it has in 1 week time. It has only 12 reviews at $18, right? This book right here, okay, by DELE Farotimi. The words of Lord Denning ring through to every subject of this land, however powerful. I will use Thomas Fuller's words of over 300 years ago. Be ye never so high that the law is above you. Let me see what kind of version. Is it just a book here? Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come back and purchase it. All right, so that's the book that they are talking about. Okay, so again, just in case you don't know, DELE Farotimi is a Nigerian lawyer, activist, human rights lawyer. Afe Babalola is a Nigerian senior advocate of Nigeria. He's 95 years old presently, according to Wikipedia. Stay with me. All right, the vibration, right? Let me try not to make the vibration so I don't blind you guys. I'm using a manageable table here. All right, good. So let me see here. Yes, Chinye, yes. They're taking copies of the shelves in Nigeria, I heard. But let me get back to the report on Punch News. Okay, so that's the title of the book published by DELE Farotimi Publishers in respect of lawsuit number SC1462/2005. Major Muritala Gbadamosi Eletu and ORS v. His Royal Highness Oba Tijani Akinloye and ORS. The petition read, he claimed the book contained several defamatory statements that questioned its integrity and accused his law firm of unethical practices, including corrupting the judiciary. He added, sometime on February 11, 2024, one of our lawyers, while traveling through Murtala Mohammed Airport, bought a book by DELE Farotimi titled Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System, published by DELE Farotimi Publishers. He read the said book and immediately brought it to my attention. Many of my lawyers also bought the said book and read same, basically making a point that he did not read the book. Babalola stated that the book accused him of corrupting the Supreme Court from ages past and had led it to commit the most egregious act of evil and wanton injustice. The petition noted the said defamatory statements are detailed below. that Are Afe Babalola corrupted the Supreme Court to procure a fraudulent judgment in the service of his clients. Okay, on page 4, that Are Afe Babalola, Oludamola Olufaro, and the law offices of Afe Babalola and Co., Emmanuel Chambers, compromised the Supreme Court and the remaining semblance of integrity it might have had when they went back to the Supreme Court and got the court to swim in the sewer of corruption and shameful self-abnegation. That's page 5. That Afe Babalola libeled me, and the fact of the libel became known to me in a suit against Lawal. Let me turn this off. What is this? Get out of here. Okay. Against Lawal Pedro, S-A-N. See page 5. That I sued Afe Babalola son for libel, and he leveraged his influence in the judiciary to deny me justice. Okay. All right. That's interesting. Given the background of the case, the petition stated that the case concerned 254 hectares of land in Lagos, which the Supreme Court awarded to his client in 2013. He further alleged that Farotimi's... Let me mute this thing. You don't share now. Anyway, he further alleged that Farotimi's comments in the book suggested that he and his law firm compromised the judiciary, tarnishing the integrity of the apex court. According to the petition, Farotimi's statements, which were also highlighted in media interviews and widely circulated online, were designed to damage his reputation, discredit his law firm, and cause clients to lose trust in his professional ethics. All these statements are false and incorrect, written deliberately to destroy my reputation. DELE Farotimi referred to me severally in his book as the doyen of legal profession, Babalola said. According to the petition, the controversy originated from the Supreme Court judgment on July 13, 2013, that's like 11 years ago, which ruled in favor of Babalola's client, the Gbadamosi Eletu family. The case involved land acquired by the Lagos state government, but later contested by the Ojumu family, who sold the land to Babalola's clients decades earlier. Babalola's legal team successfully argued that the Ojumu family acted in bad faith by attempting to reclaim the land after its sale. However, the judgment sparked litigation from estates affected by the ruling, including Pinnock Estate, Nikon Estate, and others. Babalola said that Farotimi, as counsel to one of these estates, criticized the judgment in his book and accused Babalola of unethical conduct. On Wednesday, Farotimi was remanded in prison custody by a magistrate court in Ado-Ekiti following his arrest on a 16-count charge of criminal defamation. All right, so let me say this here. They are saying that defamation is actually being decriminalized in Nigeria, and they already successfully did it in Lagos and I think in Edo State. So that is 2 out of 36 states, I think. Yes, so in Ekiti State, clearly they didn't get the memo, not yet, and they picked him up in Lagos and they brought him back by road to Ekiti. That's another thing I saw in the news yesterday. All right, so again, keep in mind these two characters, Afe Babalola, DELE Farotimi. DELE Farotimi, I don't know how old he is, maybe 50 or less, maybe 55 or less, but he's an activist. He's very, very vocal about the state of the nation. But obviously, as a lawyer, he probably has personal reasons why he's also trying to hold the criminal system, justice system in Nigeria, the judicial system, accountable. Okay, hence the book, a whole book called Nigeria and its Criminal Justice Systems, which has now ended up on the charts. Let me see if I can see the chart information on this page. Ended up on the charts everywhere. It's 115 pages book. All right. It's number 202 in books. Okay. Number one in elections right now. This, I'm in America. Okay. Number one in elections right now. Number one in general elections and political process. Number one in political commentary and opinion. Okay. And watch the ratings on this page blow up in the next 1 week. What you focus on expands. Okay. Yes. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Thank you. All right. Now I'll get to the lesson in a second here. So he was apprehended. This DELE FAROTIMI was apprehended by officers of the Ekiti Police Command in Lagos and transported to Ekiti for arraignment. Babalola has called for an urgent investigation into Farotimi's claims, the recovery of all copies of the book, and an halt to its further distribution. He also urged authorities to address what he described as Farotimi's admitted disregard for the rule of law. Babalola, who described himself as a pillar of the Nigerian legal profession, remember, 95-year-old son, Afe Babalola, he emphasized a 6-decade-long career marked by integrity, discipline, and professionalism. Okay, all right. I'm sure he has the right to say that. Listen, even like DELE FAROTIMI said, it's not about him. It's about a corrupt system, right? That's what it's about. All right. So I'm not going to go through the legal brouhahas, okay? But that's the gist of why DELE FAROTIMI was picked up and was transported allegedly by road. I saw Showore posted something yesterday. Omoyele Showore posted that he spoke to the police personnel, and he was asking them, what did he do? Did he commit something? Like, listen, the law is the law. In Ekiti State, it can still be a criminal. So it can still be they can still file a lawsuit under the criminal law for defamation, obviously. So they are going by that. But beyond what they have the right to do, that's what I like to talk about. You can have the right to do something, and it might still be the unwise thing for you to do. Just because you have the right to do something doesn't mean it's the best course of action for you. And unfortunately, the older you get, the more coconut head you get. That's all of us, okay? But self-awareness helps us a lot, because you can at least acknowledge that that's just me. I'm old school, but that's how I like to do things. So when you say that, you also now know that that's just your thing. You don't have to breach another person's rights, and you don't have to wait until they write certain things into law before you know that the world is moving in a certain direction, right? What most people end up doing is that they try to shame the rest of the world and tell the rest of us that we know they're all right. Hold on, Jerry. How far not to how you did? That's what they try to do. They try to tell us that the rest of the world, we're what do you call it? They call it they say, no, it's not evolving, it's devolving. Why? Because they have the right to evolve in the wrong direction, backwards into 1960. The older you get, this is something I want you to be aware of. The older you get, the more you have that tendency to be stuck in your own ways. But when you know what I just told you, you can push against yourself, so you don't go and collect woto at the age of 95.
Sorry.
Okay. Are Afe Babalola has decided to put a lot of focus, shout out to him, and make this man number one across multiple categories on Amazon in 24 hours. He'll be fine by the grace of God, inshallah. He will come out, he'll be fine. He will have more stories to tell. But I don't think Afe Babalola is really aware that the world is moving in a certain direction. And even though he has the right to file a petition that will make them arrest. I will arrest you. That will make them arrest a younger colleague, somebody that seems to actually still look up to him because he said it's not about him. Listen to this. Let me share this with you. I'm going to play this video again one more time. Okay, this is DELE FAROTIMI.
I'm saying that Afe Babalola corrupted the judiciary. And in corrupting the judiciary, it came across my practice. When I came across it, I challenged it as a lawyer and I fought it to the point where he could not enjoy the fruit of his exertion in the Supreme Court. In writing the letter that he wrote to the then Chief Justice of Lagos State, Ayomide Philip, he libeled me. And I sued him for libel. And when I sued for libel, the machines of corruption went into overdrive. And a case that should never have been killed at the preliminary stage was killed. If Afe Babalola was the only person who is licensed to enjoy that level of impunity, that's different. It's not about him. It's a system-wide problem. You simply can't get justice from the system.
It's a system-wide problem. This is why I'll be telling you guys, we talk about relationships here. We use trendy topic to extract relationship lessons, right? So there's not going to be much difference today. Okay. It's not going to be much different. You see, this is Amazon. Check this out on Amazon. Number 1 in elections. Number 202. I think this is worldwide, basically. But number 1 in elections. Number 1 in general elections, a political process. Number 1 in political commentary and opinion. All right. So if I go into this, let me look at all these pages. Let's look at this 0. Look at the kind of books that this book is sitting right next to right now. Okay, it's sitting right next to a book by Bill Maher. Do you know who Bill Maher is? Okay, these are books with 2,500. This book is number 1, has only 20 reviews, next to a book with 2,500 reviews by Bob Woodward. These are major political powers. Okay, of course, Bill Maher, who is a major voice in politics in America. 2,000 reviews, right? That book has dusted Hillary Clinton's book. Okay. Now, I want to talk about conflict handling. Okay. I want to talk about conflict handling. I want to talk about romantic love. I want to talk about power, of course. Okay. I want to talk about power. Your brain will tell you fight, fight, fight. Your regular, natural human mind will tell you to just fight. Right? Fight. Fight. Tell the truth. Just tell it, right? Forgetting that this is your own version of the truth. Does Afe Babalola have the right to feel like his name has been defamed in the book? Yes. But what is the outcome he's looking for? That's the question that I have for you right now. What exactly was the outcome he was looking for? It's obvious they are having the books removed from the shelf, right? He doesn't want the news to continue to travel. Let me see. More money in his account. I feel Babalola's cabals are the ones doing this shit, not the man himself. Well, that shout out to DELE FAROTIMI. He already said it's not even about him. He said the corruption machine went into overdrive and killed the case. It's like a bunch of minions fighting for Tinubu, right? And defending him to the last of their breath. And Tinubu is in France, chilling. Or let's call it Buhari. You know that picture of Buhari where he was just picking his teeth, right? That's how powerful politics is. But that's neither here nor there, right? I just want us to get some lessons out of this. Whatever those people have done right now, they've basically made this guy more famous. Because now, guess who's going to be asking whose book is on number 1? Right? Everybody, ABC, NBC. Wait until tomorrow. Maybe 1 week, okay? 1 week, maybe a few days, right? Whose book is on number? Who is that guy? Then they're going to start checking the records. They're going to see all these things, that all the different opinions he's had for years. DELE FAROTIMI is not new to anybody who's been paying attention. Okay, I actually have not been paying attention. It's not really new, but his voice is about to get louder. Right? How? Why? Because some people overreacted. Overreaction is a bastard. Not managing your emotions, you will get in problems. You will basically kick against yourself. You will kick yourself in the face when you overreact. You know how you're trying to fight your enemy, doing that, and you just before you know, you smack your face. Jesus, what happened? That's what you're seeing happen. It happens all the time in relationships, micro level, but also macro and mega level. Politics is essentially relationships at a mega level. Right? So what would have been the best way for Afe Babalola to respond to the reasons why this is getting more popular and people are picking up these books? This is going to get blown completely out of proportion. Okay, so we're going to hear more about this. Okay, but this is how it starts. I don't know if I should call this a start. The book is already #1 everywhere, right? But this is how it goes in real life, right? So when I say calm down, understand, active listening, listen, understand before you label yourself the truth teller. Make sure that what you're saying is actually the truth, because we can only see this far, right? We can't even see our own nose, but yet people claim to be telling the truth. You can't even see, like, you know, there's a Yoruba adage, right? Tojuba farabale arimu. How do I say that in Yoruba? In English, Jerry. When you calm down your eyes, maybe you will see a little blurry version of your nose. You can't even see the nose, right? So how the hell are you walking around town talking about you're talking the truth? How do we do that? We all say it, right? Why do we do that to ourselves, right? So if you want to defend yourself, right, the idea of defamation being decriminalized makes absolute sense, because people say something about you. The first thing you want to do is use the powers of the police to harass them. Why is it that they are making it more of a civil case these days now? Why? Because the freedom of speech is deeply rooted in what they call democracy, and you have to wait. You have to go through the process, due process, to see if this person's freedom to express themselves actually tampers with not you per se, your reputation, as opposed to just picking them up and harassing them as if it is a crime. What they are saying is essentially that freedom of speech is a crime. In the same statement, he said it's not even about him. It's not about him. But he wrote in his book his own opinion. He was the one that was fighting the case. So he's telling his own side of the story. When you end up in a conversation with you and your wife, your husband, what do people do for the most part? You're a liar. You lied. You lied. They accuse themselves of lying. They use very thick, big words to describe the behavior of the other person in such a way that it's actually very hard to take those words back. And my wife used to say this thing a lot, Enyi Loro, right? There's certain things that you say that you just can't take back. Once you say it, you say it. Resentment has been sown, and it's just going to grow and grow. And there's a very good chance that you don't have the skill set to back out of it. If anything, you would take an offense to every attempt for that person to defend themselves. So everything they say while they're defending themselves become offensive to you because it comes off as an attack. So it's a vicious cycle that just continues to snowball out of control. That's why defamation, as in somebody saying something, having an opinion about you, cannot be criminal. It cannot be criminal. It can only be criminal in 1964. We're moving in this direction, and if you want to move backwards, you will effectively destroy that reputation you're trying to protect. Right? Because guess what? Nobody is going to be like, oh, what did Natu say? Natu said, I felt Babalola's cabals are the ones doing this, not the man himself. Nobody has the patience to be trying to figure that out. His name is now straight up, you know where, right? In the Potopoto. It's too late. So the first time I will even zone in and actually see who's Afe Babalola's name, I'm sure he's done some great things. You know the funny thing, when a guy is that big, when a person is that big, 95 years old, senior advocate of Nigeria, there are many people that have benefited from his other aspects of life that will fight for his name. They say, not Baba Babalola, no, he's a great guy. No. But you know, majority of people have not. That's just the reality, right? Majority of people have not, and they're going to look at his name and they're going to see what's the last news. Oh, he was a guy who corrupted the justice system in Nigeria. He was involved. He had all the Supreme Court judge in his back pocket, right? Because this book is not just Nigeria now. You can remove. See, I tell you guys all the time, when it comes to controlling narrative, don't. At least know what you're doing, because again, there's no absolutes, right? Like I always say, you better know what you're doing if you're going to attempt to control narratives. And you know, one of the things that people say is that when they want to fight, they say, I will fight him. I don't want you to destroy my name. I don't want anybody messing with my name anywhere. I will fight for my name. I was like, yeah, sure, you should fight for your name. But I would suggest you calm down first, right? Because I promise you, heaven is not going to fall out of the skies right now. As in, like, people, their husband, their wife, the spouse they live with together in the house, their concern is much more of, she said this about me. They are much more concerned about that than actually keeping their family together. They are much more concerned about what the other person said when they were upset to another third party, right? They feel the sense of embarrassment much more than the overall picture, which is, we're trying to keep this family together, right? And you will see people talk on and on about all the resentments. All of them you can trace back to some form of embarrassment. They will talk themselves into a hole. They don't know when to stop and say, okay, somebody else has an opinion. They know something about me. Okay, they can go and hug Transformer. Okay. At what point are you going to say it's okay for people who have a certain picture about you? It might be false. Then you can just tell them in your spirit that it's okay to go and hug Transformer, right? At some point, you got to be able to do that for yourself, because it consumes energy to be trying to fight for yourself, when in fact what you're fighting against is somebody else's freedom of speech. So they should just run their mouth and destroy your name. I did not say that. What I'm saying is, calm down. Understand what you're fighting first. Don't just overreact and call yourself a blunt talker, a blunt truth teller. Don't do that to yourself. You're going to hurt yourself. You're just going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt your reputation. You're going to effectively hurt your reputation, because this books now is going to spread like wildfire. People say, but it's the truth. The truth will spread. As I know, stop the cap. If it's a lie, it will spread too. Why? Because you focused on it. You gave it energy. You pumped your energy into it. You gassed it up yourself, all by yourself. How? By giving it attention, right? Well, it would have gotten attention if it was civil lawsuit anyway. No, because it wouldn't be regarded as oppression by the general public. It would just be the right of two people. You said something wrong about me, I'm going to hold you accountable. You have to drop some money. All right? And they have to be, if I win a judgment, the judgment will say they have to be removed. Not to violate that person's human rights of actual freedom, not even freedom of speech now, of actual freedom, right? Not by harassing this person because they had an opinion about something they were directly involved in. So in a marriage, how does this play out? Your husband said something that you consider to be untrue, right? They are speaking one of two things. They're speaking their own experience, okay? They're just talking from there. They can only see one side of that story, how it played out. And usually you're the enemy, because that's why you're in this conversation in the first place, right? So as they're doing that, as they're telling a story, you're now trying to fight that, as opposed to listen a little bit deeper. It's easier said than done, but it's going to take a little bit more patient. Okay, it's going to take more energy from you to listen to somebody, quote unquote, defame your character, right? But what's the other thing that you could listen to? Why is this person feeling the need? Why do they feel like it's okay to defame your character? How did that get into this space where this person think I deserve that my character be defamed? Right? You can either go in that direction or you can remove yourself from a relationship with that person because they are a bad person. If they're just outright liar, as in like, no, they saw what they saw, they knew they're lying, then you should remove yourself. If you can't remove yourself, then there's some kind of value that you're getting from it. Call it Stockholm Syndrome, whatever you want to call it. But the bottom line is that there's more things that you need to learn about that situation, and overreacting or trying to use force or tyranny cannot go unchecked like it used to be anymore. Okay, you need a little bit more than just overreacting or trying to oppress another person because you want to show them shege too, right? See, revenge, right? See, the scripture talked about vengeance is mine a long time ago, right? But revenge, right? Most people that try to revenge, it doesn't go well, right? Just think about kids in the streets, right? And somebody got bullied, sadly, right? And then the kid wants to go and revenge. If that was your son, would you say you should go and revenge? Wouldn't you try to say, no, come inside, right? Let's call the police. Wouldn't you use the right resources, right? Even at that, if you have the resources to get out of that neighborhood, wouldn't it be better? Because if you call the police on them too, who's to tell you that that's the end of it, right? See, were law, right? Law. That means there's levels to madness. Where somebody's madness stops is where another person starts. So if this one right here is a good news. The fact that DELE FAROTIMI is because it's about to get on the worldwide stage. We're watching it in real time because somebody else overreacted. We don't know if it's him or not. But what we're saying, the lesson we're saying here is what you focus on expands. If it's negative, when you say, I don't want it, and you're using all your power to say, I don't want it, you're making noise about it, and it's going to literally expand. The brain does not understand don't. The only thing the brain and the universe understands is the want it. It will expand. You're giving it attention. The same thing is true for positive, but we're not really, as human beings, we're not attracted to positive, right? I'm talking about in general now, right? We negative gets our attention. The more reason why you don't want to give it that kind of energy, okay, is the more reason why you don't want to give it that kind of energy. You have to be careful when you're reacting to conflict. You have to know what you're doing. You cannot use common sense. It's not enough. You know, you guys are very quick. I'm saying you guys, all of us, right? Very quick to say love is not enough. Guess what is not enough? Common sense is not enough. You have the right to fight for your rights. Yes, you are right. If you're truly right, just being right should be enough.
You're right.
If that's not enough, then you need wisdom. You need much more than just common knowledge. You need more than just your friends say, yes, you have the right. Don't take nonsense. You need much more than that. I'm warning you right now. And especially if we're talking about personal relationships. Yes, it gets dirty. So congratulations to Mr. DELE FAROTIMI. Sadly, he's in jail, still in jail. I think they said December 10, he'll be arraigned in court or something like that. But he's about to get on the largest stage right now. And that Baba's name is going to get dragged in the mud more, right? So if somebody says something wrong about you, it could be a personal relationship, a sibling, calm down first. Understand what's going on. What are they trying to express? Where are they coming from? What's the source of all of this? Try to understand that before you create a strategy around mitigating the risk of it at all. Try that first, you know, and then see if it works or not. What I can tell you right now is that this tactic of trying to protect this Baba name has not worked. As a matter of fact, it's working completely in the opposite direction of what their desires were. Anyway, that's all I have for you. I wanted to drop this real quick here. Let me know if you got some kind of lessons from this, you got some kind of value. Help me share. Click like, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Help me share this with everyone around the world. I'll be right back. But that's it for this now. Okay, I'll be right back. Cheers.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve.